'Cause my soul is heaven now.
And what is the deal, man? You are back for another episode here of the Raider Rundown, man. Appreciate everybody that is here, already tapping in with the comments, man, already tapping in with the kid, man. Make sure you guys are tapping on the like button first and foremost while we talking about that, man. And if you're really feeling what you're hearing, go ahead, smash on that subscribe button as well. Today, man, you know how we gets down, man. We got to go ahead and preview our next game against our next opponent, which happens to be them Dirty Birds, man, the Atlanta Falcons. We gonna went ahead, moved, the show over a day, man. We got that Monday night, man. So we got to go ahead and go accordingly, man. We got an injury report, we got some news, we got some rumors, we got special guests in the building, man. So it's about to get cracking today, man. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's get the show cracking, man. Let's get the intro started and let's get the show cracking. What is the deal, man? Y'all know what it is, man. Make sure y'all tapping on that like button, man. Tap on the subscribe button for the kid as well, man. You already know what time it is. We are previewing the Raiders' next game against the Dirty Birds. But before we do that, man, we got to bring a special guest to the building, man, to help us go ahead and break it all down, man. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring my dog to the stage, man. The one, the only, man, the Machiavelli in the building, man. What's good? Deal, man? Hey, the king of the highlights, man. The kings of the edits, man. Coming today, man. What's the deal with you, man?
I'm cooling, bro. I'm cooling. Trying to enjoy it. Or I was enjoying this Thursday night football game. It's a little boring.
Yeah, dog. I tapped into 2 minutes of it, and I was already. I'm done. I can't fuck with that right now. I don't know. Thursday
usually,
night.
Yeah, you're like earlier in the year during the offseason, you would have told me this was the Thursday night matchup. I would have been looking forward to it. I would have been like, oh yeah, we're watching this.
100%. 100%. Yeah. Now this shit right here, bro. It's bad. It's raining. It's all type of shit. So I already know what time it is right now, man. It's gonna be ugly probably to the fourth quarter. You know how they doing on Thursday nights. Yeah. All of a sudden, the fourth quarter, everybody starts scoring all quickly and shit like that. But hey, man, y'all know what I say, man. Hit the like button on not only my channel, but hit the like button on my dog channel as well, man. Black Team Broadcast. One half of it, him, Corey, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button on that, man. They got fire content over there, dog.
Yeah, bro,
So,
that's
man,
love. Most definitely.
hey, you already know, man. First and foremost, bro, you on the Rated Rundown show. So we got our segments. We break it down into segments around here, man. So we got the first
Mhm.
segment that we like to go ahead and start with, which is break it down with the roll call, man. That's when we go ahead and get the chat lives matter, man. Go ahead with the people that's already here, man. My dog Chris 4 Raiders in the building. What's the deal with you, man? Glad you can make it over here, man. Def Pile, man. He said it's 8 degrees where he at. Where the hell is you at? Nah.
Yeah, that's brutal. That
Hey,
just sounds
I
brutal,
can't
bro.
fuck. Yeah, I can't fuck with no 8 degrees, bro. That was me in college, and I don't think I would willingly do that shit again, bro. I don't think so.
Yeah. Shoot, 40 degrees over here, and I'm cool. That's the limit. That's breaking
It's
point for
like
me.
chill in the air is kicking my ass, bro. I ain't gonna cap to. It's kicking my ass right now.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people be clowning some of these players that they can't handle that cold weather, but them
That
some
should be real.
serious cold. Yeah, that's some cold temperature. So it's like, hey, if you can't play in that cold temperature, don't knock those players for it because it's freezing.
100%. That should be real, bro. Then you got a Cali dude. You place him anywhere where it's snow or whatever the case, bro. You got to use that shit. That's just not
It's
right.
over with. Yeah, it's over with.
What's the deal, man? Man, my guy John Leone in the building, man. What's up, man? What's the deal? Salute to you, man. My guy Dre for show. 1, 2, 3 in the building. What's happening with him? What's going on, family? Sacktown Raider Mike in the building too, man. Always showing love. Sun Goddess gracing her with her presence, man. What's the deal, man? Glad you can make it as well, Sun Goddess. Always something when Sun Goddess is in the building, man. Man, Chris says anything below 60 degrees is cold to me. Hey, nah, you're not lying. You're not lying.
Anything below 60, I'm getting a sweater.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I can do the cold, but the rain all day, sheesh. Maybe it's just I like it when it rains. Maybe because we in California, it really don't rain that much. So I be liking it.
I like playing it. I like playing in the rain. The only thing I don't like is the day after. If you're playing the day after it rain, that's brutal.
Yeah,
that wind chill plus the cold. No.
The field is fucked. You know what I mean? The field is trash.
Yeah,
I feel that. Death Pile says 60 is thong weather. Oh, hey, I don't know what thongs is out in 60 degrees, man, but I don't know if I want to see all that.
I'm gonna take a wild guess, bro. It's like in Florida or something where it's like super humid.
Oh nah, bro. All right. He talking about he talking about he near Chirac. So I can see why he thinking 60 degrees is warm. I see why he thinks
Okay. Yeah.
SoCal in the building, man. What's going on, SoCal? Glad you here, man. Always glad when I see my dogs in here, man. Oh, just another DJ. What's going on, man? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got the collab rocking today, man. Might have another special guest in the building as well, man. You never know how it's gonna go down, man. Last but not least, we got SenCal Grizzly in here, Fresno in the building. What's the deal? And we gotta give a shout out to Chris 4 Raiders, man, becoming a new member here on the channel, man. So if you want to become a member, tap in with the super chats, man. It's always appreciated, bro. Thank you so much. You already know, Chris, man. It's much love always, bro, to you. You already know what the deal is, man. So we got a quick question, real quick. Then we're gonna start hopping into the news and the rumors and shit like that. But SenCal asked, man, would y'all be upset if we do some Raider type shit and games to close out the season? I'm gonna answer first. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be mad. Because at this point, bro, there's nothing. It's pride. I get it, but overall, there's nothing to hang your hat on these 4 fucking wins, bro. There's really not, to be honest with you. But Mike, go ahead, take it away, bro. How you feel about that?
Yeah, if we were to win any of these next 4 games, as much as I know we got to have pride, just win, baby, all that. 100%, I'm gonna be furious. We win these games, bro, because ain't no playoffs. There's no point of winning these games, bro. We know what the final prize is. We know what we're playing for. We need a quarterback. And at this point, any win could possibly. We might not get a quarterback if we win a game. So, do you guys really want to risk that? Players that are returning, do y'all want to risk that? Like, let's keep that in mind. Like, some of y'all, especially players that get the ball thrown to them. You really want to win these games? Let's be honest.
And we get it. We're not the professionals in the situation, so it's easy for us to say that. From the side looking in, but they know what we know, so it's not even no shit that we saying that's not known to the public, bro. Everybody fucking knows you need a quarterback, and like my dog, Ray for show says right here, right? You got to follow through. When motherfuckers shoot the basketball, you got to follow through with the shot, right? You got to get the gooseneck in. You don't just leave that shit halfway. You got to fuck around and follow through. So at the end of the day, bro, we got to do the same thing. We can't. I mean, winning these 4 games does nothing. Now, I could see, and we'll talk about it a little later. Now, if pressure is being put on by Tip Top, right, and it's like, well, I got to do something or my livelihood is stake. At that point, you know, you might be like, we might have to start sweating because now you're talking about a dude job at stake. Well, shit, I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to secure my job. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So
and I understand it completely. Like there are people that they're playing for that next contract, whether it be with the Raiders or whether it be with another team. These 100%. Final 4 games they're putting it all on the line, but hopefully they're team players at this moment. They do what they got to do to help the current team get a quarterback.
We've done it so far. You feel what I'm saying? We've done it so far.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going on, man. Last but not least, man, Dominique in the building, man. What's the deal? So, man, we done tapped in with the chat. We done went ahead and started it off, man. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next segment of the show, man, which is talking about the Raider Reese's, man. This is where we go ahead. We touch on the news, rumors, and everything in between that's going down recently since the last week. You feel what I'm saying? So let me go ahead, touch this thing on. Hold on. Let me get my screen ready to share in this mug. I think we'll start off with some happy news first. We'll start with some happy news because you did just bring up right now the fact, like, talking about players next year, right? Because at the end of the day, it's auditioning right now. Everybody's auditioning, coaches, players. So we start off like this, man. Chason, back-to-back games on the tear, bro. This motherfucker has been balling. So where are you on keeping him for next year?
Honestly, I do want to keep him. The big question mark is what do we do also because we still have Malcolm Kuntz technically as a pending free agent as well. So if there's a way where we could keep both of them, we're cooking. Our D-line is going to be nasty. Nasty. We're going to be staying the edge for sure.
Do you think that it would cost a lot to try to keep them both? Like me personally, I don't think it's going to cost that much to keep them both.
I don't think so. I mean, he's been making some noise for sure. So the price may go up a little, but also it's only been like a small showing of that so far. Like it hasn't been. It's been 1 year, so maybe he may get a solid prove it deal, maybe a 1 year or 2 year. And for Kuntz, also I know we love Malcolm Kuntz for sure. BTB loves Malcolm Kuntz. In my opinion, it's possible to keep both, especially coming off of a serious injury. There may be a chance that price may drop a little bit. I don't know how much, but I'll say we get him for a solid deal too. And I mean, obviously, if he shows up and shows out the way we know he can, then we can possibly see a pay raise. Yeah.
Real quick, that Raiders fan says Chason is going to have a huge game against his former team, Jacksonville. Hey, not too big now. Relax. All right? Not too big. We know what the main goal got to be the main goal. This motherfucker can't go out there and destroy the whole shit. But to your point, you said BTB a huge Malcolm Kuntz fan, and I like Malcolm Kuntz too. But over here at the TRS, bro, I was the only one kind of alienated because I was kind of the only one that was like, we should not give him a bag right now. And it wasn't because I didn't think he could be what I didn't think, he wasn't going to be a good player, but it's kind of the same thing when we talk about Chason, right? Like, it's like, there's only a couple games. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've only seen like 8 games of Kuntz do what he's done. Now, do I think he can still do that? Yes. But still, what are we paying him on then? Right? Because then my whole argument is like, are we paying off production or are we paying this motherfucker off of potential? There's 2 different things, bro. Because if we're going to pay you off potential, then of course you're going to get a bag. But it's only been 8 games, bro. You feel me? And the same with Chason. We can't break no bank on Chason. And he only been playing, this way for a couple of games in this season. And really largely throughout his career, we ain't really seen what we're seeing this year.
Yeah. The one other question mark I will say is depending on are we going to be running the same scheme next year defensively? That will determine if certain players will be back or not. Yeah. That's the part where it's a huge question mark because let's say, I hope this ain't the case, but let's say we have a completely new coaching staff next year, for example. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm not saying anything's set in stone, nothing like that. But I'm just saying, like, for devil's advocate, let's just say we have a new staff, a completely new defensive scheme. How do we know that these pending free agents that we want to sign back are plug and play for that specific scheme? How do we know that they
There you
fit
go.
that?
There you go. That's true. That's true. And like you said, because I keep telling, my guy Leo, Turf, whatever the case, Chris, all of them. Like I truly do think, like, and Turf is a big Patrick Graham fan, but I'm like, bro, if AP does not stay, I don't see Patrick Graham staying. I don't. I really don't, because that's two coaches. What is that? Two coaches, three coaches, some shit like that. Since he's been here, like as a coordinator, you're not gonna stay off of your third head coach. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna do that, bro. You gotta go somewhere.
It's like at that point, it's like he may be better off either taking his chances, returning possibly to, let's say, New York, or maybe even going back with Belichick over there, or in North Carolina, or even taking a head coaching job in college. Like, there's a lot of options right there, because his defenses has shown out. Obviously this year it's been a rough year for us. Let's be honest, but still, we're showing that our defense is remaining competitive. We're still being able to get turnovers. We're still being able to apply pressure to the quarterback. So,
and
any team would love to take Patrick Graham off our hands if we don't keep. These guys.
Yeah. And a big thing, I'm not saying I don't want him, because the main thing, like for me with Patrick Graham, is sometimes he pisses me off with the way he's so lax with his scheme, right? Like, people be playing so far back and he don't be bringing that much pressure sometimes. But shit, the motherfucker knows how to scheme against the Chiefs, man. He knows how to scheme against the Chiefs. So it's hard to find a coordinator who knows how to do that to the very minimum. You know what I mean? And then from there, we can take care of the rest of the shit, because now it's about talent at that point. Like, if the coaches can scheme, then we just gotta get the talent right. That's really where it is at that point.
Exactly.
Man, and I'm gonna give a shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to John B, because everybody gets a chance to voice their frustration, I guess, and voice their opinion. He thinks AP is going to be a janitor after this. That's what he believes. Arnie Garza asks, pain, pride, poise, passion is earned on the grass. Are we really the worst team in the NFL? No. Come on, bro.
I don't think we're the worst team, but
no, like we're a bad team.
We're looking like one of them. Yeah, we're looking like it this year, but let's keep in mind all the injuries we have. Also, the fact that we don't have a quarterback.
And there are worse situations than our situation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like we could be sitting here and we can boo-hoo all we want, which, I mean, fine, we're 2-10, but come on, dog. Like, if we finish the season how we're supposed to finish the season, okay, now the future for us is completely brighter than, I would say, for a green team in New York. Let's just say that, right? Like, come on, bro. You feel me? Like,
like, if we're being honest, like, we don't have a quarterback and we have a bad situation. There's a team on the East Coast that has a future Hall of Fame quarterback over there, and it's not looking too good. Let's be honest, it's not looking too good. They got a Hall of Fame quarterback, and it is questionable now, depending on how you feel about the guy, but a possible future Hall of Fame receiver too. And they're still, I don't know what's going on over there. It's looking bad.
And now you talking about they're not going to have either of those dudes after this. Cap space hell. Look at the Saints. You feel what I'm saying? Terrible situation right there, bro. They're strapped, and they don't have no type of facilities. Cleveland, bro. Like they're a bad situation. Bro. They're a terrible situation. Bro.
There's some horrible situations out there.
The Bears, even. You know what I mean? If you want to talk about the Bears. Now, if the Bears get the right coach, they'll be straight. I don't think their situation is that bad. But you fired your head coach in the middle of the season with your rookie quarterback, so it just looks bad. It just don't look right. So we talked about Chase on, man. Let's go ahead and move it along, man. Let's move it into some more, I don't want to say bad news, but this is more some news that we're gonna have to talk about a little bit. And that comes in the form of Mark Davis, right? He had some comments and he's done some actions the past couple of days that we're gonna have to dive into, bro. I didn't get a chance to talk about it either. But number one, first thing from Mark Davis, the NFL approved his latest ownership sales. So now he has sold 25.5% of the franchise heading into that next year, man. So what's your initial thoughts?
I know from the outside looking at it, looks crazy. Like, oh, he wants no parts of owning the team no more. He's trying to little by little get rid of it. But really, I seen a list. What was it? I believe Forbes dropped the list for the wealthiest sports franchises earlier today. And from when they first moved to Vegas, the team is almost, I think, double or tripled in value. So, I mean, it is smart for him to possibly, now that he's made some value off of it, he basically is selling small percentages, put some money in his pocket, and hey, man, you still making money off the team. Yeah, and it's like, if we keep in mind, that's what us doing bad. If we get a quarterback and we become successful, through the roof, bruh. Through the roof.
I don't think people understand, and I always get the argument like, oh, we moved to Vegas, we lost the allure of Oakland and all that other shit. Like, I get it, but because I used to go to Oakland too, but you gotta understand.
Yeah, bro, I miss it.
The Shield, it don't fucking matter where it is, bro. It does not matter. Anywhere in Southern California, anywhere in California I go, the Shield is there. If I go, shit, I was in Georgia. There was hella Raider fans in Georgia. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it does not matter. If we're good, we're going to take over the NFL. I'm telling you that right now. People don't understand. People think, oh, Raider fans are talking shit. Like, it's different with us. You feel what I'm saying? When we're good, motherfuckers going to want to wear the colors, wear the shield, do all this shit. Come on, bro.
It's good for the franchise. It's good for the sports organization in general. Just for the NFL,
it's good for the NFL, dog. When the Raiders are good, the NFL is good. I don't give a fuck what nobody tells. It's kind of like how I look at the Lakers. Like, when the Lakers are good, the NBA is good. You feel what I'm saying? Like, certain organizations need that type of shit or have that type of shit. And I think this is one of those, like you said, bro, it's money. I mean, he's trying to maximize that bread. Shit, I would too. Fuck all that. And you still got him and his mom still got maximum control of the team. So nothing move or shake without Mark saying it move or shake anyway. So it don't even matter.
Yeah.
So moving on from that, right? More, let's say, juicier news. He also gave his thoughts and opinions on, the on the field play as well. We got two comments we got to kind of look at. So first, number one, about Tom and both Toms. Let's say both Toms.
Okay.
In the Raiders organization. So number one, he confirmed that Tom Brady will have an input on drafting a quarterback in the next draft, and also that Tom Telesco's job security is not really in question, which I don't understand why fans were bringing that shit into question in the first place. But you let me know, dog. Like, let's start with the Telesco part of it, Telesco portion. Okay. And I want everybody in the chat sound off, bro, because this is something that Raider Nation, a lot of people have been sounding off of for the past couple weeks. Should Telesco's job be safe going into 2025, or should we look for a new combination? If AP gets fired, should it be a new combo across the board?
Yeah. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like if AP's job's in question, I feel like so should Tom Telesco's, just because even though everybody's getting on AP's case about why are we not doing too good, this and that, it's like, okay, he wasn't given a quarterback this year. He didn't have quality depth on there. And who's the guy that's responsible for acquiring those pieces?
Right. It is the GM.
So, and let's be honest, him not getting a quarterback was a very big deal. Even though, yes, we did get Brock Bowers and he looks generational, he looks like a star. Just keep in mind, if he had a quarterback or we had somebody that could throw, who knows? Maybe that one diva that's on that East Coast team, maybe he's still here. Maybe he's happy. Maybe our offense is actually looking like a legit offense and we're winning games and we don't have to even be in this question. And I'm not saying, yes, I know we all wanted Jaden Daniels, but there was other quarterbacks available that they had on their board that they could have traded up for. And they didn't make an effort for it. There's also solid depth pieces that are available in free agency that they didn't pick up. I mean, if we're being honest, the only real key pickups he made in free agency this year was obviously Christian Wilkins, who unfortunately got injured and was out for the rest of the season early on in the season, and Caleb on Kayson. Like, other than that, who really has he brought in that were solid depth pieces? So it's like, yeah, it looks good. He did hit on these top guys in the draft, which I love JPJ. I love Brock Bowers. I'm a big fan of Delmar Glaze too. But besides the Delmar Glaze one, I feel like those were kind of no-brainers. Like, those were auto draft picks. where it's like I feel like any one of us could have made those. Like if you see Brock Bowers available and there's no quarterback at that point, that's a no-brainer.
I might have taken Fuaga because I remember at the time I liked Fuaga like a motherfucker. I wasn't even thinking about Brock.
That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer pick too.
Right. Yeah.
That's a no-brainer pick too. Like Fuaga would have been a no-brainer pick too. But I'm saying like there's certain guys that once you're at that top part of the draft, those should be no-brainers. Which unfortunately in the past, I'm not saying because obviously Telesco wasn't part of those previous regimes for the Raiders, but there was some questionable drafts where it's like they should have been no-brainer, some auto draft like John B saying some auto draft type thing, and we didn't do it. So I mean, I'll give him his credit. He did make the obvious choice, but after that, what else did you do, brother? Like we gotta really look at everybody there and see like what did you do? Because we're all pointing the blame at AP, but it's like okay, if he's not provided with provided with so little, how are we going to get on his case? Now I get it. There are some questions for AP too. Don't get me wrong, but if there's questions for him, there should be questions for Tom too.
Now, I kind of have a mixed bag of emotions. I kind of have a mixed bag of emotions when it comes to this. And number one, first of all, shout out to John Leone, man, because the chats are flying. He throwing the super chat, bro. He said, "What about Champ if you blame Telesco?" Which kind of, I mean, Champ is there. My thing, I mean, okay, and I'm gonna answer your question too, John, because I'm gonna answer it in all totality. I have a mixed bag because number one, right, like we're talking about the draft shit, and as a Raiders fan, we all see like it's been very hard for motherfuckers to just make the obvious pick, right? Like the obvious pick, and sometimes it's not so obvious, but at the end of the day, bro, like the majority, the consensus is like, come on, dog, like this is what we wanted. You had multiple drafts, and so I give him. I give him some credit for taking Bowers, which we got to give him some credit on this, right? Taking Bowers was not a sexy pick. I mean, I know he's a good player, but we didn't need that motherfucker. So like the fact that he took him, all right, cool. I like that. Powers, that's an auto draft one to me. You got to do what you got to do with Powers. Glaze, I give him a lot of credit for Glaze because I wasn't expecting a lot of shit from Glaze. I'll be honest with you. So I give him that. Where I agree with you a lot is from the 4th round and down. I never wanted DeCamerion Richardson. I never wanted some of these other guys that he picked that I felt like we could have got better players at the time. Especially, bro, I'm always getting on guys on TRS about that 4th round pick because I'm adamant. We could have got a fucking running back in the 4th round instead of picking DeCamerion Richardson. Like this is where that's where I'm at. And there were multiple running backs that we could have got that could start right now.
In day 3, bro, I really wanted Isaac Guerrero, bro. I was mad. They didn't go after Guerrero.
We got Ray Davis in Buffalo. I think even Bucky Irvin we could have got at the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, continuously say that. So I continuously be mad at that portion right there. And the fact, and you can go, a lot of people can attest as well. And the fact that we did not get another edge rusher as well. I continuously said it in the fucking offseason, bro. Like we need another edge rusher. Malcolm Kuntz, Tyree Wilson, and Max Crosby. Like that's the only edge rushers we had. And now we had to get Chase on. That was the whole reason we had to sign Chase on in the first place. Because we didn't have no fucking depth to begin with. So you're right on that. I just like the fact that, okay, if we're gonna keep AP, I would like to keep Telesco, just keep it continuous, right? Because at least now they can learn from their mistakes. Where I'm at for everybody that wants to keep Telesco is this. He better not have no fucking input on a head coach. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Yeah. He does not deserve no. And I saw my guy Death Pile says AP is not Telesco's coach. I don't give a damn, bro. Telesco's track record shows he does not deserve to pick no head coach, dog. I'm sorry. If you're gonna tell me that you want Telesco to pick a head coach, to me, we might as well just let everybody go at that point. Because how many times have we said as Raider fans? One dude's doing too much, biting too much off the shit than he can chew, bro. Let the GM do his job. Let the coach do his job. When you start blurring the fucking lines and the GM start picking the coach and all this other shit, then that's when you start fucking shit up again. Too many chefs in the kitchen. And now we talking about Tom Brady part of the shit too. Too many chefs in the kitchen at this point.
Yeah.
If Telesco is not going to remain the GM, he better not. Then at this point, bro, I think you should let both of them go. I don't want to keep Telesco and then all of a sudden like, oh yeah, he can pick the head coach and all that shit because his track record's bad, bro. It's not good.
Yeah.
And that's my thing, Raiders fan. Like, if we want to get mad at him for the depth and all that other shit, fine. But where people are blinding themselves is saying like, oh, he drafted well. He drafted good in these first 3 rounds. So we can let him do whatever he wants this next year. Stop it. Stop. We've already seen this motherfucker in action. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he picked Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley was his hand-picked selection.
Yeah. What I will say is I remember when he was with the Chargers, every year, myself included, there was quite a few Raider fans hoping and tweeting that they should extend their coach. And coming from a rival team telling your other team you should extend that coach, that's not a good sign. And we were saying that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, so if you want to keep him drafting, sure. If you look, if you want to tell us that we could throw it out there. I mean, everybody already talking about it, but if you want to tell us that the coach is already selected for Telesco and he ain't got to put that on his plate, might be a little different story. Maybe a little different story.
Well,
because
I will say there is a good chance that if, let's say, AP doesn't get hired back, I think the other guy that's in that picture right there next to those 2 quarterbacks, I think he might have a good say in who might be the next head coach.
And that was going to be my next question to you, bro. That was going to be my next question to you. Now, we'll talk about him with the quarterbacks in a little bit because I think that's kind of, you can get at that. But if you talk about the coaches, the organization, how much do you think he's going to have a voice in that? Because I know for sure he's going to have a voice on the field, right? Like, get players he likes, players he thinks are good. You better let Tom do that. But when you're talking about organizationally, that's a whole different scenario right now. Like, we talking about a whole different realm that he's never been in, right? So how much do you think he's going to get first year is the question.
Honestly, that's tough to say, but I would say it would be a good percentage. Just how much trust that it seems like Mark Davis is putting into him, with even getting his insight, I would say it'll be a good amount. I'd say a little more, at least like 60%, in my opinion, at least.
And now, if you're telling me that it's a collaborative effort between him, Telesco, and AP or whatever the coach is, that we're all going to pick and find, the new quarterback or whatever case, cool. Or if you want to take AP out the picture and you want to say it's a collaborative effort between Tom and Tom to say we're going to move forward with this vision. I trust, and what's crazy is, bro, I do trust Brady to go ahead and do that, but it's just, I don't know. I don't like the fact that if you're going to move one piece, you keep one piece. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't like that. I like to start everything fresh, bro. Everybody with a new slate, everybody with a new job, and everybody's knows what the fuck they're supposed to do. I don't want people to be blurring the lines, bro.
I got you. Okay.
That
was one thing I was going to say for the plot twist, because I know a lot of people seen that Mark Davis interview yesterday and assumed automatically, AP's out of there, he's gone, and they're keeping Telesco. But I'm not saying this is going to happen, but what if, let's just say there's a plot twist, and in reality, it's AP's the one that stays.
And Telesco goes?
Yeah.
Now, based off everything, we done talked about, behind the scenes, whatever the case, and all that other shit that we know, it wouldn't surprise me because of what we've spoken about. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case, because you have to move forward with things that are, let's say, tangible, right? Things that want to put the colors on, whatever the case may be. So I think that that would be a fat plot twist, and that I think would make a lot of people piss the fuck off, piss a lot of fans off, dog. Because you're basically doing the opposite of what everybody wants you to do, bro. So I mean, I wouldn't be too mad because I'm number one. I want to keep AP anyway, but still, then I worry too. Then where do we go general manager wise? What do we do there? Unless you want to say Tom is going to act like a Jerry Jones type, right? Where he owns and general manages.
That's definitely a possibility that could be the case, but also I feel like depending on where we end up at the end of the season, like where we're seated in the draft, that could determine how much more appealing this potential GM vacancy would be. Because let's keep in mind, like you have a franchise player in Max Crosby, you have over 110 mil in cap space, 10 draft picks, and Brock Bowers. And let's keep in mind, you also have now possibly a top 2, top 3 pick, maybe even the top 1 pick.
Right.
That's a lot that a GM, an experienced GM that's really aggressive and knows how to bring in the right pieces, potentially, like that could be the move even.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you got to think about last year, right? Last year we got number 13, so it's like and no bread, right? 13 and no bread. If I'm Jim Harbaugh, I'm not fucking coming here. I don't have no prospects to get no quarterback. I don't have no money to go and get my team how I want to get my team, dog. No,
yeah, and
I'm not doing
honestly.
it.
I wish we could finally put that narrative to sleep because a lot of people are like, "Oh, we should have went after Harbaugh. Harbaugh should have been the guy." I'm gonna be honest with you. Neither Harbaugh nor the Raiders had mutual interests. How many times did the Raiders try going after Harbaugh before this offseason, trying to hire him? And how many times did at the last minute he say, "Oh, never mind, I'm going to Michigan," or "Oh, never mind, I'm staying in Michigan"? He did that twice. So after a while. Marky Mark ain't gonna put up with that bullshit. That's all I'm saying.
There was only 2 teams in the running, bro. There's only 2 teams, and that was the Bears and the Chargers. And the thing that they had in common was either they had a quarterback or they had the facilities to get one. So I'm not, bro. You got to think about this, right? Coming off a national championship, I'm not going to go to an NFL team that's gonna make me look shitty year 1. I'm just not. It's just plain and. Bro, you can't go from a national championship to a team that ain't got no prospects at the most important position and no bread. You just can't do that. It's not good for your career. But you talked about Mark Davis, and we got to bring this comment up because I think it's going to be a topic that's really going to get everything started, really going to stir the chat up. But before we do that, let me go ahead and get with the chat real quick. Make sure everybody tapping in still, seeing what everybody talking about. Harbaugh was never coming to the Raiders. You already know, Chris. Not coming.
Yep.
He was not coming to me. John Leon says, Champ Kelly, if you fired Telesco, do you blame him too? Yes.
Yes and no. I think it's a collaborative effort, but I still think it was Tom more so for the GM. I think he was the one that really had the final say on certain decisions.
I would say he has final say, but I think if he gets fired, then that means everybody gets fired, so everybody's at fault.
Yeah.
To me, that's where I'm on thing. And we're gonna talk about that too, Dre. We keep it we going down the line. I don't want to put too much light on that dumbass shit though. I'm gonna be real with you. So let's go ahead and share this real quick because I want to go ahead and talk about this because a lot of people took it their own way. Mark Davis yesterday saying I don't know where he was. I think he was over there with the ownership group or whatever the case, trying to sell the team. I'm very disappointed. Obviously, he says, I want to see progress. There's no excuses. Now, obviously, this quote is kind of dumbed down a little bit. You shrunk down. But basically the gist of what he was saying yesterday. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and take away, Mike. I mean, what'd you get from Mark's comment? Because everybody took something away from it, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, it's disappointing. Nobody wants to see their team having a losing season ever. Like, whether you're trying to tank or not, it's still a bit disappointing. But I feel like not only is it that he's possibly blaming the coaching or the front office, but there is a chance maybe he's holding accountability himself too, in a way where it's like, as an owner, even though it's usually not a good idea, or teams that do that have their owner step in and call the shots, it's usually not a good look. But maybe he didn't let it be known well enough. Hey, do whatever it takes to get the quarterback now. Do whatever it takes to get these pieces. Maybe he didn't. I'm not sure if it's that he didn't give Tom Telesco much leeway, or if it's just I don't know what he means by that exactly. But of course, it is disappointing. But it's like we can't point the finger at one person. Like it's a whole bunch of variables that cause that to happen.
And my thing is, right, everybody can talk all the shit they want. Mark don't know football. But Mark ain't no fool. Mark is no fool. He knows what this team needs. I think he pretty knows he knows what this team is deficient at as well. to me, you could say, I think his disappointment comes from the fact that you would think that this team would be a little bit more scrappy, a little bit more gritty as far as in the win column, saying we would have won a couple more games, right? Like just being like, all right, we should have won a couple more games with the momentum the coach had, with what he was preaching, with where I thought we were going, right? I did.
Yeah.
You definitely say as an owner, bro, like after everything last year, we thought we was gonna be way better than this, right? Not 2-10.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think we was gonna be Super Bowl motherfuckers, right? Not Super Bowl caliber. But at least sitting here, like, look at the Falcons, bro. I'm not saying they're having the best season, but look at their record. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You would think you would have something like that record. So obviously you can be disappointed. But again, like based off what we've spoken about too, it's not surprising based off the circumstances that you have, right? And that you just said you didn't make clear as well. I'm trying to get out this situation from like we just moved on from a veteran quarterback, bro. We need to get another one. I don't care. You know what I mean? We had one for 9 years, bro, and all that extra shit. I don't care what you do, bro. I need one. I need another one coming in here because that's the most important position. That's what he should have did 2 years ago with Josh McDaniels. But for whatever reason, he did not do it. And this year, it's kind of hard for me to kind of get on to Lesko and Mark a little bit because I know that these teams was never going to trade them picks for Jaden Daniels and all that shit. I just didn't think they could do it, bro. So it's hard to blame.
Unfortunately, they weren't trading out of those picks, and I understand why. I know a lot of people are still iffy on Caleb Williams, but it was the whole situation over there. I'm not blaming Caleb Williams for that. I feel like it's just
real, bro. Yeah,
it's Chicago.
I'm not blaming him for that.
If they bring in the right coach, I don't know if that's Ben Johnson or who it is that they bring in, but we'll see how it is. But I expect the turnaround from him moving forward. He's going to have a great career.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Just like, they try to write off Bryce Young and they try to write off a little bit of Anthony Richardson. He's up and down still, but you got to let these guys develop, bro. You just never know. So we go.
Speaking of quarterbacks speaking of quarterbacks that are written off, this Monday we got a new starting quarterback that was written off by our Monday Night Football opponent.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
The Riddler.
Did you think that AOC was gonna play? You thought he was gonna play this week? I didn't.
No, I thought he was gonna test it out. But let's be honest, bro. When I seen him have an air cast get carted off, I thought, okay, he broke something, he tore something. Then to find out the next day, a bone bruise.
Yeah, I ain't go cap.
A bone bruise.
I ain't gonna cap to you. Look. At the time, you saw, you saw my tweet, pray up, prayers up for AOC.
Yeah, I was praying for him
at the time. But then when it come out, I sit there and I'm like, dog. Are we serious right now?
Like, bro. Like I don't like disrespecting no players or nothing, but homie, that was weak as fuck. Hey, let's be real. That was weak as hell, bro. Ice up, homie.
Not Mike.
Ice up and call it a day.
We don't want to discredit him, right? But at the end of the day, bro, we play ball. We play football. Yeah. I swear to you, and you tell me if I'm lying, bro. There be some times when some of these dudes are out of a game with an injury, don't practice during the week with an injury, and I look at that and I'm like, aren't you practicing?
How are they doing
like, that? Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean you can't play because something hurts right here? Or like, oh, this little shit don't feel right. Like, what? What are you talking about, bro? Like, we both play ball. A majority of people in the chat have been around football and all that shit. Tweak something. Some of these.
So that just told me, like, the moment he reacted like that, like he was in the worst pain ever, bro. What I will say is, I felt like if he was going to try it, it's going to be a lingering pain. And if he was babying it like that, he's going to be babying it all the way through. And it's like, bro, you're going to be getting hit. You're going to have to deal with a defense. They know that you're hurt. Raheem Morris is a smart defensive minded coach. He gonna send the house at your ass.
Some of these players, bro, and what Kobe say? Some of these motherfuckers be soft as Charmin, man. That's just what it is, bro. And that I was sad when I first saw it, but you're right, bro. Air cast, carted off the field, bone bruise. Come on now.
Yeah. It's like, bro, you could have limped to the sideline and iced that shit up.
You feel me? Limp to the sidelines, man. Get that shit going, man. But let's talk about this real quick because people are going to want to talk about this, and I got some questions that we can go ahead and end it off with as well. But we got to touch on it, bro. You know, we're gonna be the content creators. Sometimes the ugly side comes out. You feel what I'm saying? I don't like talking about the ugly shit when it comes to the team. I mean, the record is ugly. I much rather talk about that. But what's your thoughts, bro? What's your thoughts on Charles Snowden?
I mean, it's a bonehead move, bonehead mistake. Obviously, he wasn't thinking in that moment. Where let's be real, there's so many options. You could call up a relative or your spouse. You call up Uber, Lyft. There's an NFL hotline to get picked up. Like, we gotta do better. But one thing I will say, and it's a fucked up thing to say, but it's not a Raider football season without a DUI. Unfortunately, at this rate, it seems like it's an annual thing.
Sadly, bro. And shout out my guy Chris in the building. What up, Chris, man, from Texas?
Chris.
Make sure you guys go to his channel as well, man. If you're looking for some more dope content, you know what I mean? We all got different flavors of how we speak about the Raiders, but if you like my dog, man, go tap in with him as well.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
Well, go ahead, Mike. Finish that off, bro.
Yeah, like it's like at this point, it's like you would think like players would learn from mistakes, especially that one tragic DUI event. I'm not gonna say I don't really want to put too much thought into it or speak on it. Prayers and thoughts to that woman and to her family, but like people should be more responsible, bro. Like you could really put people's lives in danger in that moment, and it's like he was playing well, and it's a dumb mistake, but shit like that, I don't know if he'll be back next year. If I'm being honest, I don't know if he'll be back. After doing some shit like that.
I think it is because what's his name, bro? What's his name? He was playing last year, and now he don't. Janarius Robinson. I think he had one earlier this year, as well. So that is two.
Yeah,
that is two. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, bro, because we around the same age group. You feel what I'm saying? And I look at a lot of the people on Twitter. A lot of them be like, man, you know, he's young. He made a mistake. He did all that. Hey, man, I'm gonna give you the bean, but fuck all that. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
Stop being a dumbass. Stop being, bro, just be real. Just be 100%, bro. We all around the same age group as this motherfucker right here too. I don't give a fuck how much. I don't give a fuck what it is, bro. How much fun I'm having, bro. If I know I'm fucked up, right, I'm just not gonna drive. I'm gonna go ahead. I got the bread, bro. Either sober up or I got the bread. I'm finna get in the goddamn Uber and I'm taking my ass home.
Yeah.
The negatives on this so much outweigh the positives of driving, because the positives of you driving drunk is you just get your ass home. That's it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That's the positive. But the negatives, the negatives outweigh that shit so much, dog, where it's like it's not even worth the risk at this. And now your stupid ass is on the news for the wrong reasons in a 2-10 team. Now whenever you
want to drive, bro, you gotta fucking blow into a fucking inhaler to start your car.
Yeah,
you know how embarrassing that shit is? I never had to do shit like that, but that's fucking embarrassing.
That's fucking embarrassing,
like,
bro.
I know some people are like, oh, it's a bonehead mistake. That's that. It's a real bonehead mistake that could really cost people their lives. It could alter people's families.
This is why, bro, for me, and it might be harsh. But I had the same stance with Janarius Robinson. I don't have no toleration. I don't. To be honest, especially if you were fringe, you know what I mean? And that doesn't excuse it if you're a star player, because even look at Ruggs. Look at what the fuck happened to him. You feel what I'm saying? All that shit's going in an instant. But especially, dog, you trying to make a name for yourself? And this what the fuck you doing? Oh, no, dog, I don't have no toleration for that. Especially where we're at. You feel what I'm saying? Like imagine if we were winning and this motherfucker did this. Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
No. We don't accept nothing. We can't accept nothing in wins that we don't in losses. And we can't, and even in losses, bro, we got to start practicing these good habits now. This shit right here ain't what's going to turn the organization around. This shit right here is what I've seen for the past 20 years. You feel me? Like, and that's not saying this can't happen nowhere. It's not saying, oh, it's Vegas or whatever the case, but it's just a simple fact, bro. It's like, got to be smarter. You got to be smarter.
Yeah, because if we're being honest, I know a lot of people are complaining, saying, oh, it's because we moved to Vegas.
No,
it's not because we moved to Vegas. There's alcoholic beverages, there's clubs, there's bars everywhere. There's lounges, all that shit. So it's like people party and turn up in every single city. DUIs happen everywhere. I'm pretty sure we had some. I was a little younger back then, but I'm pretty sure there was DUIs probably in Oakland too, unfortunately. Shit
Yeah.
happens.
Oh, come on now. Come on. It's Oakland.
Yeah.
It's Oakland.
Yeah.
Where Myra at?
It
Myra
happens
G up in
everywhere.
here, man. She a northerner, man. Come on, Myra. You tell us now. You know they was over there getting down in Oakland back in the day, man. We know. But it was a little different. And Death Pile was right. Look, to this day, I still sit here and say I would love Jalen Carter, but we were not at the right position organizationally to take that man. We weren't.
Yeah.
This motherfucker was going to be running lawless by year 2. Stop it. You feel me? Like lawless. Like no coaches giving a fuck what he's doing. Him probably on his own regimen, not really being mentored like that, like he is in Philadelphia. It's a whole different scenario, dog. Like we got to think about the things.
Yeah. Now the one pick I will say at number 7 last year that I would have made if I had the chance to was Christian Gonzalez.
Oh, 100%.
And I was saying that the whole time pre-draft. Obviously, I wanted CJ Stroud, of course, but that was the number 2 option. Like I already had in my mind, like there's a good chance they're gonna fuck this up. We're not gonna be able to get a quarterback.
Yeah, 100%.
So the moment they fucked it up, I was like, okay, well, there he is. Christian Gonzalez is right there. They let him slip all the way down to the double-digit numbers, bro.
Bro, he should. I liked him. I liked him and Witherspoon, and I definitely thought we should have got one of those 2 dudes. I think those were my 2 dudes that I wanted from that draft. Now I give Tyree some grace for me, right? Just for me. There's certain reasons I give Tyree some grace.
He's improving a bit.
But either way it goes, bro. I don't think none of us asked for Tyree Wilson. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't think none of us asked for him. Now you can have a different opinion on how you think he is now, but at the time, no, we're not doing that. So real quick, man, we're gonna go ahead. We about to end it off. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the injury report for this week. Then we're gonna go ahead try to preview the game a little bit about what we got to do, what they're gonna do as far as attacking us, trying to attack us, and us trying to attack them. Then we can talk about some quarterback talk to end it off, man, because we got some 2 dudes that we're gonna have to discuss about, man. So let's go ahead. Let's get it in, man. So next little segment that we're going to do, man, like I said, let's go ahead and get to the injury report. So that is the next segment we're going to touch on. Yes, sir. So we're going to go ahead and get the injury report, man. Like I've been saying, there were times during the season where the shit looked like a CVS receipt, but now, we getting close, man. We getting close to that ATM. Like how you get your ATM receipt, the shit gotta be short, man. I don't want my shit long. I need my shit short, real quick. So
I was gonna ask you, bro, is there a way to zoom that in? I'm getting a little old, so that
let me see if I already know how I go, man. I already know how I go. Let me see.
Yeah,
it's a little better. It's a little better. Let me see. That shit is not working right here. Either way, I'll read it off. It is what it is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Nate Hobbs with the ankle. He's back, so that's good.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get your thoughts on that in a little bit because for me, Nate Hobbs is starting to. My patience wears thin. Let's say that. Alexander Madison, full participant, so he looks like he's gonna be playing this week. But Sincere McCormick from AP's mouth said Sincere McCormick will be getting the majority of the reps at running back, which I think he should. I definitely think.
Yeah, he definitely earned that RB1 spot these last couple games. He's been balling out, especially 100%. This is his like first true opportunity of like actually getting some real spin in some NFL games. And hey, he's doing what he has to do. He's not letting up. And shit, next year it would be nice to be paired up with a rookie running back possibly in the draft.
Oh yeah. If I'm already looking like if he finishes the year the way he's supposed to finish. I'm already thinking of him being part of the rotation, for the RB2 position next year.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I'm already looking at some running backs that kind of differ from his skill set that we can use. But Adam Butler with a concussion, bro. That's big.
That's crazy. I wonder what happened there. Or
the fact that he came with a concussion, it's the first day of practice. So how the fuck he get a concussion on the first day? That's a little weird, bro. So we'll see. Hey, shout out to my dog. Man. Severe Raider #SS with the strategic substitutions, man. Because that's what it be looking like sometimes. I ain't gonna cap. You look at Max Crosby with his ankle. That's not surprising. He usually gets a day or two off. Justin Shorter with a back limited. Jacoby Myers with his ankle, he was limited. And then the two guys who were left that did not part was Sam Webb and Aiden O'Connell, of course, with his knee, who did not part going into there.
Yeah.
So
in your opinion, are we gonna see Aiden O'Connell at all the rest of the season, or you think they might IR him?
Oh, I think the rest of the season, yeah. If you're talking about the rest of these 4 games, I think he'll come back for one of these 4, probably some of these 4 games, because he's auditioning as well. I think so. I think he's auditioning as well.
Yeah.
For something. I mean, either another team. I'm not saying he's gonna start, but either another team, he go in there, you know, he get in a competitive room, or some people let's play into other people's fantasies where he can be the bridge quarterback for a year. So let's play into whatever fantasies people have. But that's the injury report. So anything that stands out to you on there?
Obviously, besides the concussion, Nate Hobbs coming back is huge. I'd say moving forward, this game, I'm not too sure, just because who are they going to have him covering? Is he going to be covering Drake London or Kyle Pitts? Because I feel bad for Kyle Pitts, man. They don't give him the ball at all. Yeah, every week I'm this close to cutting him off my fantasy team, but I'm like, no, I'll keep you on the bench. I'll fuck with you, Kyle. I'll fuck with you.
That's real shit. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. And I say this all the time on TRS shows and by myself, but Nate Hobbs is like I said, bro. My patience is wearing thin with that, and the reason I say that is because it's like every year he hurt, missing games. You feel what I'm saying? Missing crucial stretches of the season. Where it's like not even the fact that you do get hurt every year, like that is some of it, but it's like at the times he gets hurt too. Like a couple years ago when we had Derek Carr, we had Devontae Adams. He was hurt during the stretch where we needed that moment. Like we actually needed him to make a little push. Last year, hurt again. You know what I mean? Rookie year, hurt again. This is not me saying I don't want him back. It is me saying though, it's gonna have to be for that right price, though. It can't just be for nothing. I ain't just gonna sign you for whatever dollar amount you want because you're a Raider at the end of the day. Like, that's not how this is gonna work.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I see somebody asked, do we resign Hobbs next year?
Yeah, but it's gotta be right price, bro. Honestly, he's gotta get market value to me. He's got to get market value because every year since he's been in the league, he's been hurt. That's just plain as and that's not me saying like, oh, like from a fan perspective, it's easy to say that. But if we look in the general manager shoes and the organizational shoes, shit, what we're saying, they're going to say to him in his face, they're going to say to his agents, they're going to be like, well, shit, well, we like you. We want to give you this X amount of dollars. But, our database, you've been hurt this many games this year, this many games this year. That's the total of this many games in how many years. So if we average that out to this contract that we're going to give you, how many games are you really playing? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. So if you're missing 5 games a year, we're trying to give you a 2-year contract. Well, shit, that's 10 games already we're fucked off of as an organization. So what do we do at that point?
Yeah, I hear you. And yeah, I agree with that for the right price. I mean, let's see. He may test the market. He may go elsewhere. But honestly, for the right price, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Possibly maybe even look for the future.
That's where it'd be scary, because right now our corner room is thin as it is, right? And you would say, like, you would like to keep him back. But at the same time, I continuously say this too, we ain't won shit. So, what are we losing? If we were winning playoff games and doing all this, like, it's a different story because we got things we're looking for. But yeah, we ain't won a goddamn thing, Mike. So it's like what the fuck are we? What are we holding on to? You know what I mean? Memories? Yeah. Like it don't make no sense at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I hear you.
So going into the last little thing, man. This is where we break everything down. This is where we kind of end off the show a little bit and kind of bring it on down to a simmer, man, with our final segment, which is man, hit it with the final rundown, man, where we bring everything down to a simmer. Basically wrap everything up. What does this week mean going into the future? How do we attack this team, kind of, man, and how will they attack us, man? Not even I was doing a lot of scouting earlier on in the year, Mike. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I was doing a lot of scouting. I was doing a lot of what do these teams do? What how can we attack them? But now, I mean, that shit don't matter now. It's like,
yeah,
but fuck attacking them shit. We gotta lose these games. So doing a lot of scouting. That's probably I'm gonna do that more next year. But final rundown. Like, what is your takeaway from this week? What do you kind of want to see going into this week? Positives, negatives, whatever case. Like, what do you want to see?
I definitely want to see Brock Bowers go crazy in the state of Georgia. Or no, we're at home, right? We're home, right?
Oh yeah, we're home. Yeah.
Okay.
Home.
Well, either way, I want to see Brock Bowers go crazy. I want to see Brock Bowers do his shit. I want to see the defense look solid. A few turnovers possibly. I want to see Max possibly get back in the sack column.
Yep.
And I want to see us remain the first overall pick in the draft. That's what I want to see at this point. Yeah.
I honestly want to see that, bro. And to be real, let's ask you right now, Mike, GM Mike, if we got the first overall pick, who you picking, bro?
At the first overall pick? That's a tough one, bro. Because I really like both quarterbacks. I'm a big fan of both.
Yeah, I know where you lean. Yeah. I know where you lean at, but either way, that's your preference, bro.
Shoot, it really depends on who the coach is, but honestly, like let's say, I'll say if we're keeping, well, either way, I feel like either one will work for AP, but the one I think that would look real cool with AP is Cam Ward. I'd say Cam Ward,
and sadly, right? Because you know which way I lean, bro. I want two.
Yeah,
I've been a Shedeur fan since Jackson State, dog. So and I got the jersey at this point. I want to, but something about Cam Ward, bro. I'm telling you too. There's a
playmaking ability, bro.
Is that? And I've heard Cam Ward talk. Him and AP got a very similar personality, right? They really do.
Yeah, right. When I first seen his first couple interviews, like post game, and then like little videos of him talking to his teammates.
Yeah,
I was like, they click right away. That's the first thing that popped into my head. I was like, they'll click right away.
100%. That's not me saying I don't think Shedeur and AP, because I think Shedeur and AP will click as well.
Yeah, I definitely think so too.
But it's
just, so too. I just feel like for what he wants to do, he also brings that running element as a quarterback, where AP wants to be able to run the ball.
And it's just a little different with Cam. Cam he talks shit a little bit more, like in a different way. I'll say that. But I think that either way we can't go wrong. You know what I mean? We definitely can't go wrong. But somebody asked a question, and we're gonna end it off like this, Mike, and you let me know what you think about it. This is another reason why I want to keep AP as well. When we talk about the quarterbacks, we do talk about, can we progress them on the field as well? But I feel like a lot of it as well is the off the field relationship as well. You got to have your head coach and your quarterback got to have that chemistry, not only on the field, but off the field, bro. I see this motherfucker like 16 hours out of 24. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I'm going to have to talk to him. We're going to have a cool relationship. Case in point, I always make, when you watch the Hard Knocks this offseason, from the jump, I can tell that Eberflus and that Caleb Williams shit wasn't gonna work. I can tell.
They weren't clicking. Yeah,
it was awkward. It was an awkward little relationship they had. It was weird. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that's not to say you bring in another coach, he can't have a good relationship. But I just know from the people that the two quarterbacks that we want, AP matches with these two dudes. Like as far as personality wise, he'll bring the best out of these two dudes. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel like the personality would match with both quarterbacks, and they'll get along. The one thing I would say, which I love Shedeur Sanders, I'm a huge Shedeur Sanders fan, but what I will say is we've yet to see him with a different coach other than Ryan. So it's like I don't know. I'm sure he's a great person from what I've heard. Obviously, my dog Phil went to the Johnny Unitas Award ceremony recently. He got to talk to him. He said he was a really cool guy, very nice, very respectable.
Right.
He said, but I'm just wondering, like, how will that be though? Like getting along with a different coach. That's the one thing I
can hang my hat on is the fact that Dion is old school, right? Like, so where is the fact, and I know you've seen Bucky's, his content as well, where you can see how Prime talks to the team. Like, I love how Prime, when when he talks to the team and it's football time, he don't be addressing Shador as son and none of that shit. He be like, quarterback, you gotta get rid of the ball, bro. You holding the ball too long.
Yeah.
Too long, bro. You gotta get rid. And so that already to me is like why I think personally, just we're different races. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you want your son as a black man, I kind of want him with another black man that understands like how I already get down. You and like that's just some of it. If you talk about dad speak to me, that's what I would say, dad speak.
Yeah. And I could agree with that. Honestly, that would make sense. And that's why I feel like also it would work out. Like that connection, that bond between player and head coach, it would work out between 18 and Shador.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, because something with Shador tells me like he'll respect AP to a degree. Yeah. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a certain thing that we gonna talk about off camera, but it's just bro, I feel like it's a different type. It will be a respect level there, where it's like, all right, bro, I see what you need. You know what I mean? I respect your word, blah blah blah, whatever. Cam Ward too, but I do think she respect it.
With Cam Ward, I just feel like they both got that. Both him and AP got that like swagger to them, where it's like they got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, where it's like
underdog shit too. You gotta think about that. They got that
and that's the thing. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't. I love good underdog story, bro. I've been a fan of Cam Ward since when he was at Incarnate Ward. Like I was tapped in a little bit. I mean, they don't really televise him too much out where I'm at, but I watched a little bit, and when he was at Washington State, I was definitely paying attention, bro.
Yeah, like, that's where I was tapped
last year. Last year if he would have went to because you saw he originally was going to declare for the draft.
I don't know if he was talking like that by then, but when he did that, I told a lot of people that's a dumbass decision, bro. He shouldn't have did that at the time.
I felt like just based off of what I seen on film, to me he was my QB3 in that draft. Also I felt like but I understood like to the national media and everybody, they didn't really see him too much just because obviously it was stacked with QBs in that conference.
And it's Washington.
You had
State,
Caleb, you had Penix, like, so they weren't there. Unfortunately, he wasn't getting the love that he deserved over there. So in a way, it was a good thing, like you said, that he stayed in college because that boosted his stock. Yeah, and I felt like he was going to go top 5, and I'm like, wow, there's a real possibility he could be the number 1 overall pick, whether it's us or the Giants. You never know what could happen.
And in the dog, we talk about this. I don't know if you knew this already, but the decision, how him and Shador train together. They homies. The crazy thing is Shador was one of the main people that convinced homie to go to Miami because there's a whole story where him and Shador stopped talking for like 2 weeks because Cam was pissed at him because he told him like, bro, what the fuck are you doing going to the league? Like you have no business doing that right now, which he was right. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
which I mean, I get it. He, as a competitor, you think you're the shit. You think you're the best. So you want to be like, nah, you're tripping. You don't want to believe it, but Shador was right in that manner.
And it's not me saying that's not him saying that he's trash. It's like, bro, like you want to maximize.
He's looking out for his exactly. Yeah, like he was looking out for his best interest because he knew that's a long list of quarterbacks on that draft where it's like, hey, you stay here, it's gonna be you and me.
And you ain't got no film right now. Yeah, you ain't got no film from no Washington State to really justify the fact I'm gonna take him before Drake May. I'm gonna take him before Jaden Daniels. Like, you know what I mean?
If you're a fan of my content, if you go to my Twitter page, you check in the highlight section, you'll see a nice Cam Ward tape from Washington State.
But the way that the media and all these motherfuckers was hyping them up at that point, last year, like he wasn't gonna get over that hype. You know what I mean? Of like he had a good arm, but it was just too much. These motherfuckers was already like, I think those top 3 teams that took their quarterbacks already had it in their mind way before April. Like, I like this motherfucker right here. Like, for real.
Or they like these 3 and however way it plays out.
Yeah, however way it plays out, it don't really matter to me, dog. Like either 3. So I really do think that's kind of I went down. But hey, best decision for him, man. And to me, bro, like even though I want Shador, Cam Ward, we get Cam Ward, I'm happy too, bro. I sit there and I'm good, dog. Yeah. However it works.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you for pulling that, bro. What you got? What you got?
Oh, but before we end it, I know it seems like I'm pushing the Cam Ward agenda a lot. Keep in mind, I'm 50-50. I'm cool with Shador or I'm cool with Cam. Whichever one becomes our quarterback, I'm happy. We finally have a franchise quarterback. I ain't never seen one in my 30 years of existence.
You feel?
I'm just being honest.
we like DC and all that. He was nice. He was cool, but we trying to win some shit. That's where
Yeah.
we're at right now. We're trying to win some shit. And I'm a Shador fan, and I don't ever really sit there and shit on Cam. Some people say like, oh, when I say I think he needs to sit a year, that's not shitting on Cam, bro. That's looking out for his best fucking interest. I think Shador is more pro ready. I just do. You could watch the film and see. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard.
5 years, right? He played 5 years of college, right? Shador?
Shador has started every year of football he's played.
Yeah.
Every year. From freshman high school to now. He started that's a lot of football being played, dog. Like, that's a lot of football. Yeah. And still, you know, with your dog, like, he's played, but he ran that goddamn wing T. Like, I don't think people understand how little development you're getting as a quarterback in the fucking wing T offense. You're getting nothing.
Yeah.
Little to nothing.
The one thing I will say, though, is he does train with Shador, so there's a possibility he's up to speed or up to par, I would say. In my opinion,
I think
if you wanted to play him as a day one starter, it would work out, but it's all iffy depending on the system. Who's
I think it'll be a bumpier road. This is where I'm at, right? Because where I'm at with it is I think Shador is more pro ready. He can come in immediately, be a starter, and be a guy. If you have the talent around him and all that shit, he'll consistently give you 30-something touchdowns if he's protected and have the guys, right? Now, the difference where I think Cam, you sit him a year, and I think he has that type of ability where it don't fucking matter what he has. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't Josh Allen type shit. It does not matter. I can do it. I can do it regardless. But I think it takes Cam a year just to season his reads, right? Season his footwork, get all that shit where it needs to be. Because I would say Shador's footwork is a little more cleaner, a little more. You know what I mean? He's just a little more polished. You could tell, but it gets that same polish right there, bro. With a year of just watching, I think he has a way higher ceiling than Shador, though. I will say that.
Yeah, and that's one thing I will say is because one thing he does really well is some of those crazy magic trick plays that he does, where it's some pretty unorthodox shit, and you're like, how the hell is this kid doing that? How's he pulling off those throws? There's somebody that we play in this division twice a year that does that.
Exactly.
Imagine having somebody that does that too. If these teams are struggling against that guy, let's see what this guy could do over here. And keep in mind, he'd have Brock Bowers, possibly a new wide receiver one from the draft or free agency, a running back, plus Sincere McCormick.
Oh, it's gonna be nasty, bro. And now where I, on my argument with I be with Leo and a lot of stuff with Shador, whereas like Shador to me plays like the two quarterbacks that's giving Mahomes a lot of fucking trouble in his career, right? And that's Tom and that's Joe. And I think Shador plays like this more than Cam Ward plays like Josh and Patrick, right? Like that's where you be like he's more of that Josh Patrick mold. I think
he gives me like a CJ Patrick kind of vibe more.
Yeah. I think the guys that's giving Mahomes trouble. I think Joe really plays like. I think Shador really plays like. Now Joe is a little different because I think. And this is gonna be fucked up to say, bro, but I think Joe's a little more athletic than Shador. I ain't gonna cap to you. I really do. I think he's a little more athletic than Shador.
It's a possibility.
Hey, this year I seen this motherfucker taking off for 50 yards and all type of shit. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I wasn't familiar with that little portion of Joe's game, but I think you can definitely tell he trains with Tom and shit with the way his footwork and shit is, bro. He just don't got that upper echelon athleticism. I think Cam do 100% Cam. Yeah, but
and that's why it's like having that ability though to extend plays, man. Like, I mean, Shador could extend plays too with his feet. Like, I'm not gonna say he can't, but yeah, it's a big difference from just getting the first to getting 20 yards plus of field.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same. Not even the throws on the run are the same, right? Because when Cam let that bitch go, it's that shit is gone. You feel what I'm saying? Shador. He got that CJ Stroud arm to me where it's like it don't look strong, but the shit gets there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna get there at whatever velocity, however he does it.
Yeah, right.
But man, that's the show, man. Like I appreciate you for pulling up as always, bro. It's been a fire show. Always fun. We get to really sit down and really get into talking shit, man. But Let the people know what you got going on there at the BTB team, man. Let them know what y'all got going on, you and Corey.
Oh yeah. You can definitely catch us every Wednesday on YouTube or on Twitter, wherever you're watching. Hopefully more on YouTube. Every Wednesday at 6:00, we have our BTB live show. Make sure you like and subscribe over there. That is actually Big Corey's channel, Big Corey00. You could actually follow him on both Instagram and Twitter at the same at or username. And then for myself, it is Machiavelli24 on both Instagram and Twitter. And you never know, you may see some highlights in the near future, possibly on the show. You may also see this guy on the show in the near future too.
Yes, sir, man. It's always fire when I when I tap in with y'all over there, bro, man. And definitely, I know you got some highlights coming out, bro. Hey, I got some prospects. If you ain't seen right now, I've already been doing some running backs, man, some receivers. So I'm gonna have a nice little list, man. Coming out. With some of that, bro. So we got to do some work this all season, bro. Because I already told the people right here, I'm gonna be doing a shitload of draft content. Shitload.
Absolutely. We'll definitely have you on just because we know running backs is your thing. So we definitely got to have you on the show to discuss the running backs.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you right now, and I'm telling everybody that fucking listen to me right now, dog. Go watch that Iowa dude, bro. I'm telling you. That I just like watching it. That motherfucker, he intrigues me, and his size intrigues me. I just say that.
Okay.
But shout out everybody, bro. Appreciate it. Make sure you with the like button, tap in with the subscribe button, both channels, right? That you see right here. With me and my dog Mike here at the BTB, man. Sure. Appreciate everybody that's here. Tomorrow we got Turf and Rundown, man. So make sure y'all got your cameras, your mics, all your shit ready, man. So if you're pulling up on screen, man, we about to talk that real spicy shit tomorrow, man. So y'all already know what time it is.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure y'all ready for that. Mike, if you want to pull up tomorrow too, you already know, bro. You more than welcome, more than free, always.
For sure.
But until then, man, y'all already know what it is, man. Keep the tank alive, and you already know what I say. Always keep it authentic from here on the Raider Rundown, man. Y'all keep it straight, and I'll see y'all on Friday, man. Peace.
I need a bad bitch with an accent, serving in peace, still taxing. Just got tapped for the young cash app, moonwalking like a young Mike Jackson. Yeah, shots to the head, ride clean and still fuck feds. Realest nigga and it's on my kids, so who the fuck gon' wanna test me, bitch?